Assalamu alaikum, and a very warm welcome to you all. Today, we're going to dive into one of the most powerful and, honestly, one of the most human conversations in the entire Quran. It's a timeless story that's all about getting a huge, scary mission, feeling that deep self-doubt, and then experiencing the incredible power of divine reassurance.
So, what's this all about? Well, at its heart, this is a dialogue, but not just any dialogue. This is a conversation between God Himself and a man who's about to be asked to do something that sounds, well, impossible. He's being told to go stand up to the most powerful, most feared tyrant of his time. I mean, the stakes just could not be any higher.
All right, so let's set the scene. Our story kicks off, like so many great ones do, with a call to action, a divine command that's about to set everything in motion.
And boom, there it is. Super clear, right? The mission is laid out. Go to the wrongdoing people. And just so there's absolutely no confusion, it's specified, the people of Pharaoh. Now, this isn't a suggestion. It's not a, hey, would you mind? No, this is a direct command to go and confront injustice right at its source.
Now, you'd probably think the hero of the story would just be like, okay, I'm on it, right? But this is what makes the whole story so powerful and so incredibly relatable. It's the very human response that comes next. So, Moses was afraid. His reaction wasn't immediate, fearless bravery. It was filled with doubt and some really deep anxiety. And what's amazing is that the Quran gives us this incredible window into his thoughts, laying out all his fears with just stunning honesty. So, what was he so afraid of?
Moses lays out 4 huge fears, and they're things we can all understand. First, there's that universal fear of rejection. They're just going to deny me. Then there's the fear of being totally overwhelmed. You know, that feeling of anxiety that just tightens your chest. Third, he's worried about his own abilities, feeling inadequate, even pointing out that he doesn't speak fluently. And finally, the biggest one of all, the fear for his own life, tied to something he did in the past.
Wow. I mean, that is just such a raw, vulnerable thing to admit. He's basically saying, my chest is going to get tight, I'll be so overwhelmed with stress, I won't even be able to speak clearly. Think about that. He's not just worried about failing, he's worried he won't even be able to start. It's like performance anxiety on a cosmic scale.
And here it is, the final and maybe the most immediate fear. You see, Moses isn't just a stranger to Pharaoh. He's a fugitive. He's a wanted man in Egypt. He knows that going back means facing a potential death sentence. So the key thing here is that his fears aren't just in his head. They are specific, they are personal, and they are completely rational.
So there we have it. A divine, life-changing command on one side, and on the other, this crippling, totally understandable human fear. The story could just end right there, couldn't it? But it doesn't. And what happens next? Well, it changes everything. The fears are all laid out on the table. They're acknowledged. And then comes the response. And it isn't a dismissal of his feelings, not at all. It's a powerful, direct answer that completely reframes the entire situation. By no means. Just listen to how absolute that is. It completely negates his fears. And notice, the focus instantly shifts away from Moses' weaknesses and puts it squarely on God's strengths. The solution isn't to magically make Moses fearless, it's to promise him he won't be alone. We are with you, listening. What an incredible promise of partnership and constant presence.
This right here, this is the heart of the whole conversation. For every single human fear, there is a perfect divine answer. To counter that fear of rejection, God promises powerful signs. To counter the anxiety and the feeling of inadequacy, he promises his constant listening presence. And to counter that raw fear of death, he gives the ultimate promise of absolute protection. It's a perfect match.
So with this incredible reassurance, the fear is finally addressed. And now the mission becomes crystal clear. Moses isn't just being told what to do anymore. Now he's being shown how to do it, with a brand new, clear sense of purpose. And the instructions get boiled down to this really clear 3-step plan. Step 1, confront the authority. Go straight to Pharaoh, no messing around. Step 2, announce your purpose. Make it clear you're not there for yourself. You're messengers from the Lord of all the worlds. And finally, step 3, state the demand, the non-negotiable bottom line. And this is it. This is the ultimate goal. This is the whole reason for the confrontation, the entire purpose of the mission. It's a demand for liberation, a powerful call for an entire people to be set free from slavery. This single line is what it's all about.
So, when you step back, what we've just walked through is an incredible journey. We started at a moment of intense personal vulnerability and doubt, and we've ended up in a place of absolute clarity and divine empowerment. It really shows that true courage isn't the absence of fear, is it? It's acting in spite of that fear, with faith in a purpose that's so much bigger than yourself. And that really leaves us with a question to reflect on. We all faced our own pharaohs, don't we? Our own seemingly impossible tasks. The story of Moses reminds us that just acknowledging our fears is the first step. So, when you're facing your own, what is it that gives you the strength and the reassurance to take that next step forward? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer.